Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 38 of the AC Milan Awake the Sleeping Giant series. And as you can see on screen, we're in a lot of cup competitions, which does potentially give us the chance to win a quadruple trophy haul in this season, which obviously with the Super Cup already in the bag, there's a long way to go before we can call ourselves quadruple trophy haulers. However, the only issue with that is that we do have to win Serie A, and if you haven't seen it, Inter and Lukaku are pretty good apparently, so who would have thought? However, 3 trophies is still a massive possibility, with us still in the Italian Cup and the Champions League, with 1 trophy in the bag, which was the previous episode against Lazio, the Super Cup. So hopefully you all enjoyed that episode and enjoyed me actually winning a trophy. So Serie A and Super Cup are all in. And we are going into today's episode against Sassuolo in the Italian Cup semi-final first leg. And then the next episode will be the semi-final second leg. So 2 beautiful episodes. And obviously, if we get into the final, we will, of course, be recording and putting that on YouTube as well. So plenty of finals potentially in this final season. And that's what I like to see. It's a shame we couldn't do it in the previous seasons. But, you know, it doesn't matter, viewers. We're going to win. And that's all that matters. So speaking of the last episode, which once again was the 2-2 win in the Super Cup final, since then, we potentially may be back. We may be firing on all cylinders once again, after winning every single game up to this point. And we're currently unbeaten in 6, winning all 6 games. And obviously after a pretty tough few games before that, it's nice to get ourselves back on form. But the game straight after the Lazio win was in the Italian Cup quarter-final against a team that you'd expect us to beat. However, how they managed to get so far into the quarterfinals, I will never know. They are in Serie B, so a team that you'd definitely expect us to win against Cremonese. They do look like they are probably going to get promoted. However, Serie B is pretty tight at the moment. Only 7 points separating Genoa and Frosinone from 1st till 7th. So pretty tight Serie B at the moment. So you'd expect us to win. And thankfully, we were able to get the results with Benacer and Benacer getting both goals. So 1 through a penalty, and Jesus Corona getting himself sent off very early on in the game in the 24th minute, which did make me very, very nervous, because obviously they may be in a league lower than us, but 10 versus 11, the advantage probably goes to the Cremonese side. Thankfully, we were able to get a goal straight after in the 35th minute through a penalty, and then Benacer finished the game off in the 78th minute with a second goal to really make sure that we got ourselves into the semi-final. And heartbreak, obviously, for Cremonese. They obviously came into this game not expecting to get any result, but with that red card, they probably got themselves a little bit psyched up, but unfortunately, we brought them back down to earth. So it was nice to see, and I've just remembered the suit could be coming out a lot more this season, which, if you saw the suit last episode, it's really, really tight and basically suffocates me. So yeah, it's I like wearing the suit because it means I'm in a final. However, and it makes me look like a fashion icon. I should be in a fashion magazine. You know what? I should be doing like, if I was in a fashion magazine, what sort of like poses would I be doing? David Beckham, eat your heart out. You want any tips? So the game straight after the Cremonese game was against Verona, away from home. So tough, 2 pretty tough away fixtures. Straight after that Italian Cup win against Verona and Crotone. Obviously, Verona are 17th in the league and Crotone are 20th in the league. So once again, games you'd expect us to win. However, I went into these games a little bit nervous, simply because, obviously, with our recent history, we've done pretty well before, but obviously early on the season we particularly struggled. I was a little bit nervous that these could be potential matches that we lose points on and potentially lose ground on the Serie A. However, we were able to get 2 positive results. The first one being a 3-1 win against Verona. Very, very good performance from the boys, with David Neres, Marcus Antonio and Luca Pellegrini getting themselves on the score sheet. Verona did cause us a lot of issues. They did obviously get a goal through Simeone Zaza. I feel like he's quite old, 32. He's obviously a target man, right? I feel like I've managed this guy before. He was at Torino, he was at Juventus, he was at West Ham. So fairly early on, so that's probably where I know him from. But thankfully, we were able to get the 3 points with Luca Pellegrini getting a very, very good goal late on in the game to really seal the points. Once again, Verona going to the arrow formation, as you'd expect. The next away game was a 5-3 win against Crotone. A very, very bizarre game, and you'll see why in just a second. A very high-scoring game, which wasn't the nicest feeling in the world, if I'm honest, because we were 4-0 up. They pulled 3 goals back within 15 minutes, so I was nervous, if I'm honest. I was absolutely bricking it, because I was like, if I lose this 4-0 lead and we draw 4-4, I'm not going to hear the last of it. But thankfully, Lacazette got himself a hat-trick, getting an offside goal just before half-time, but managing to complete his hat-trick regardless. And David Neres fully secured all 3 points by getting a goal in the 90th minute. And this is a game I do not like. These are the sort of games I absolutely hate, because, yeah, it was nerve-wracking, if I'm honest. It was absolutely nerve-wracking. And my head was in my hands during this game, because 4-4 wouldn't have been great, if I'm honest with you. The final game, it was against the team that we are going to be playing against today, was against Sassuolo, who are 7th in Serie A, so a decent team, and we were able to get another 3 points against these lot with a very even game. They had a lot of shots and definitely the chances to get themselves more goals. However, we were more clinical, and without Belotti is a nice thing to say. Lacazette is starting to get in the goals a little bit now, which we very desperately need him to, considering the big loss without Andre. 11 shots to their 12, and much better expected goals, which is nice to see. A very, very good performance, a very mature performance from our side, and I feel like our side is starting to gel together very, very nicely. And if I was to stay at this club for a few more years, I really think we could become a massive dominant force, obviously with some really, really good youth prospects in obviously the Wang, who don't want to talk about him, Artem, obviously Max Aarons, who's not a regen but still relatively young, and obviously Bartolini as well. Some really, really good youth prospects. I'm not sure who we've got in the under 20s. Emmanuel Lewis, who looks unbelievable as well, and our under 18s. It was obviously Luca Grossi, who probably isn't going to fit in the side. But at the end of this series, I'll probably do like a 10 years in the future video to see how Milan get on without my leadership, to see if they can continue their dominance. I say that in the Serie A, we're not dominant, but we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of the league table, this is how it's looking at so far. Once again, Inter are running away with it. They've most definitely won the title. I feel like it would require an almighty bottle from Inter here not to win it. But we are on 38 points. We've created a bit of a gap between us and Empoli, who are in 5th. So it looks like we are pretty nailed on to get top 4 as long as we keep winning. Juventus have managed to pick up a bit of form as well, getting themselves 2nd in the league. Obviously, they had a pretty tough December and January, losing a few games, and in November losing 1 and drawing 1, so losing pace on Inter. However, I think even if Juventus had won them games, Inter are still unbelievable and do not look like losing in the slightest. Like, look at that, blimey, that they are dominant, and they could actually be a team that we face off against in the Champions League, and that'll be a nightmare. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we need to focus on ourselves. The Italian Cup could be coming home, but we have to go past Sassuolo at home in our first leg as well, which is nice to see. And immediately I see that we haven't got Jesus Corona, and that does mean we are going to have to revert to the Wang, which we never like to do. We never like to revert back to the Wang, do we, viewers? No, we don't. But David Neres and the Wang having a good partnership. Midfield, good partnership as well. Lacazette and Wijnaldum obviously changing positions a little bit, and Pellegrini getting themselves in the side over Alex Grimaldo. Now, in terms of Belotti, he is very close to being back. He does return in 5 days. So hopefully you'll be able to take part in the second leg, which will be a massive, massive boost for us. And of course, we do have Youth Intake Day coming thick and fast. Youth Intake Day is coming very, very close. So hopefully we'll be able to get a few decent players. Right, boys, what is my expectations for this game? A win, 100% a win. The suit's not on, but you have to stay motivated regardless. I'm confident. I'm pretty confident, and there's no negatives. Everyone's very, very happy. There's no opposition instructions, anything like that. I mean, get your score predictions in the comments. Let me know what you think it's going to be. Once again, If you get it right, you get a high five. And who doesn't want a high five nowadays? Everyone loves a bit of high fives. Right. Individually, I'm not going to say anything because if I don't want to put the pressure on the lads, they know what they have to do. They know what they have to do. And the stands are packed. The managers and players are coming out. We are ready. Let's get ourselves a second trophy, shall we? Yes, we shall. A throw-in Sassuolo's half, and a very, very direct play there from Sassuolo. Thankfully, the Wang gets his head to it. Unfortunately, Hoberg from Tottenham has come to Italy, apparently, but it's very direct pass there from Sassuolo. It looks like they're going for a very direct piece of play, and it's a poor ball from David Neres. However, it is thankfully recycled by Agen. It's a great ball over to the right side, and it looks like Lacazette's off. And he is offside. Lacazette with a cool, ruthless, composed finish. However, you could probably park a bus in between the lines that he created there. But it's looking good, boys. It's looking good. We do need to... I would like to get us a few goals, so at least we can go to their stadium without a lot of pressure on our shoulders. And actually, wow. That's a lot close. Jesus, right. I apologise at Lacazette. That was a lot closer than I thought it'd be. And there's another chance straight away. It looks like it's going to be for us. David Neres on the right-hand side started to get himself into the team a lot more after some good performances. Left-hand side, Pellegrini, once again, getting himself in the team. And Lacazette with a fantastic save from Maxi. We'll just call him Maxi. Not from Bondi Beach. Maxi from Sassuolo. Benacer, ball in, Wijnaldum, headed away. Benacer again. Can he create something? Has the passing ability to do so, and it's a good ball in, but it's headed away from Bruno Vieira, and that is the end of the highlight. A lot of chances coming from throw-ins, I feel like, and Pellegrini, ball into Wijnaldum. Benacer gets blocked from Bruno Vieira as well. Bruno Vieira is having a fantastic game so far for Sassuolo, which he'll be delighted with. But unfortunately, he doesn't get rid of the danger completely. Benacer, Florentino. Apologise for the weird cut there, everyone. Had to quickly go and do something. But back into the game we go. And once again, like going into this half time, I feel like we are definitely the better side. The only thing that has been disappointing about our performance is that we've had no goals. Now that could all change here with Marcos Antonio, the magician. It's a very risky ball there from whoever that was. The Wang on the right hand side. I can't get over how big the Wang is, really. He's absolutely massive for a right back. Arguably should be better suited for a centre back with that height. David Neres, ball out to Wijnaldum. A lovely ball to Lacazette. And I've been made to eat my words, but made to eat my words in the right way as Lacazette gets his 10th goal of the season. I sung his praises earlier on the stream, earlier on in the video, saying how he got himself in the goals. And he is very much proving that today with a lovely finish. Arguably, a keeper should be doing a little bit better there with it being right at him. But we don't give an absolute stuff, do we? No, we don't. And Georgia, not of it, Georgia, I'm sure it's one of them. Sassuolo messing about with it a bit, but it's picked up by Wijnaldum. This is sort of stuff we want. Benacer, Marcos Antonio makes it 2-0. Of course he does. Wijnaldum, Benacer, the midfield trio. Getting that goal for us there. What a lovely goal it is as well. A run from deep from Marcos Antonio. It's a poor ball out. Wijnaldum picks it up. First time to Benacer. Takes a touch. Passes it to Marcos Antonio. Slots it past the keeper. And what a midfield we have. Obviously, we brought Wijnaldum in to be a backup, basically. And he's sort of become a bit of a mainstay in my side. Same with Marcos Antonio. Obviously, we knew of Marcos Antonio's quality. However, he has been absolutely fantastic this year. Really, really good. Benacer and Florentino Luis are mainstays, as always. So it's had to make Adjer go into centre-back for most of this year, which is unfortunate for him because he's probably arguably one of our better defensive midfielders when Florentino Luis isn't playing. But the problem Adjer has is that Florentino Luis is playing and he is fantastic. Okay, we are 23 minutes from full time. We are going to give Belotti a round of applause for Alexandre Lacazette as he makes his way off the pitch. Mr. Andre Belotti, back from a long-term injury, comes back on the pitch. He gets a rousing reception. Of course he does. And we're going to bring Grimaldo on, and we're going to bring Luis off and put Adjer in that defensive midfielder role. Give a few boys a bit of a run out. And hopefully Belotti can get himself on the score sheet straight away. That would be a lovely state of affairs for us. The Wang, can he get himself back into the running and I mean, come on. Come on. Like, he can't be this good. He literally can't be this good. Like, he is literally stupendous how good he is. Wang with a fantastic ball. Trent, and Belotti. He's not even been on the pitch for 4 minutes, and he's got himself on the score sheet already. I love this man. I bloody love him. And I've just remembered that there is a second leg to this game. I completely forgot about it. So this 3-0 win is absolutely massive for us. However, Valerie, and he's hit the post. I mean, that could have been a lifeline there for Sassuolo. That's so difficult to say for Sassuolo. However, he is unable to finish it. And I mean, they've got another chance here. If they get a goal, this could be a little bit of a concern. But however, Bruno Vieira, who's probably been the best player so far in this game, heads it over. And with a 3-0 lead, go into their stadium, you're arguably going to say that the game is probably over. And if it's 4-0, it's definitely over. However, Maximiliano with a quick kick out. And there's another chance. If we can... They're trying to break, and they have got us on the break here. Gladio and Kias with a fantastic save to keep it at 3-0 with his very bright blue gloves there. I mean, show it on screen. His bright blue gloves are absolutely tremendous. Glorado takes it over to Belotti, and a potential counter-attack again. If Belotti can get himself 2 goals, what a return it'll be. Marcus Antonio, Belotti... Lovely ball to... It's not a lovely ball to Wijnaldum. And that looks like it's going to be game, set, and match with a fantastic 3-0 victory against a very, very difficult Sassuolo side. And what a win to take over to their stadium. And the Wang has a fantastic game with 8.1 rating with 1 assist. You love to see it. Obviously, me and him have had our issues over the last year or so, but... Hopefully he can keep doing relatively well. He hasn't got any assists in the league yet, but he's been a bit start player at the moment. However, obviously the next game will be against Sassuolo again, the away tie. And the reason I'm doing 2 videos for each tie is that I don't want the video to be too long, because I know that if the video's over 30 minutes, it can make it quite difficult to watch the full thing. So we are gonna keep it relatively short but sweet, I think is the case. So yeah, the next episode will be the away tie. So, full face. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. It's very, very much appreciated. And said at the start of the video, the triple trophy haul could still be on the cards, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, everything on screen now in the description as well. And if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a cheeky subscribe, like, and comment, and share it around. Very much appreciated. But have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Keep yourself safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.